What's up, ladies and gentlemen? It's Brennan and I'm BManX45, and today we're coming at you with another video. We have a review for the first half of the Ahsoka series on Disney+. Star Wars, as you know, is one of my passions. I love Star Wars. I love the universe, the stories, just the mythos, everything about it. It's just one of my favorite things, one of my favorite sci-fis of all time. And I've been watching the show closely, hoping that it's going to be good, that it's going to kind of repair some of the damage that's been done to the Star Wars franchise, unfortunately by Disney, through just lack of vision and other stuff like that. But hey, before we get into it, if you enjoy this type of content, be sure to smash that like button, comment down below. We love to hear your thoughts. Subscribe to the channel and hit the bell for notifications so you don't miss a single minute of the fun. Let's get into it. We're going to have a review of the first half of the Ahsoka series. I'm going to do the second half after it finishes airs. I know I could do like an episode at a time or just do the whole series at once, but I kind of wanted to go into this because I wanted to do it right away, but I just didn't feel like we had enough. So I've watched all 4 episodes, and I generally like the show. I'm a Rebels fan. I watched Rebels and all of Clone Wars. I'm a Rebels fan. I like Rebels. I like most of what we have from Star Wars, aside from the sequel trilogy. I mean, you know what? I liked Episode 7. But because of Episode 8 and Episode 9, it makes it hard to watch Episode 7. Heck, I even liked Solo. I did not mind Solo. I didn't think it was a great film. I thought it was an okay film. I thought Aaron Eldright did a great job. I liked how he met Chewie. There was things I didn't like about the movie, but as I often say, and this can go for Black Widow, Solo, when you make a movie about a character that's already died, you know their end, the end of their story after they've died. You don't really care a lot about that character. It's hard to care for a character that you know how they're going to die. Care about that early journey in their life when you've already lived through another part of their life and watched their death. I feel like it's just hard to care about that stuff. The nice thing is we don't know about anything about what happens to these characters because they're not in the sequel trilogy. I think Dave Filoni is a talented writer, a talented storyteller. I feel like he crafted a great group of characters from the Rebel Squad, and I do appreciate them. And I'm hoping that in live action they will translate just as well as they did in the animation. So we're going to get into it. We'll talk a little bit. We're not going to take a tremendous amount of time because we can do that when we do the review for the second half. So we have the Ahsoka series. We have the cast here. You have Ray Stevenson, rest in peace, as Baylan Skoll, the antagonist, really kind of the story, at least until we get Thrawn. We have Rosario Dawson as Ahsoka. We have Mary Elizabeth Winstead as Hera Syndulla. This has been a controversial pick. A lot of people don't like her as Hera. Sorry, guys. I'm still out on that one. I'm not sure. Either way, where I sit on that. I definitely like Natasha Liu Bordizio as Sabine Wren. I think she does a fantastic job as Sabine Wren. Then, of course, we have the Ivana Shak. Don't even ask me. I don't want to butcher her name, unfortunately, as Shin Hati. Hayden Christensen is back as Anakin Skywalker, which is really cool, which is where we kind of left off at the end of Season 4. I'm trying not to get too deep into spoilers. We might talk about a few things, but, the series has been out for a while, so unless you're waiting to binge it all at once, this is your spoiler warning, you might want to not watch this video. I appreciate if you do watch this video, but if you don't want spoilers, potentially this is the point where you should turn back. So we gotta have our character cast here. Definitely like Baylan Skoll. I definitely like Baylan. Really kind of a interesting bad guy. Morgan Elsbeth as the Night Sister, as one of the last Night Sisters, is really cool. But Marin's the only Night Sister for me. So screw you. Where's Cal Kestis when you need him? And I've already talked about this on previous videos. I would love to see Cal Kestis in live action. So we have this show, and it's Ahsoka basically trying to get this map away from Imperial remnant hands that might lead them to Thrawn as the heir to the Empire. They use that line to kind of set up the original book series of Timothy Zahn, which did not feature Ahsoka because she wasn't created yet. I definitely think that Reserve Dawson, I don't know if she's playing what I would call the Ahsoka Tano we've come to know. She's definitely a more stoic version than we've ever seen. I don't necessarily know if that's the right choice, but I mean, as it plays out, and she's been through a lot. She's had a lot happen to her, and that can cause you to change your perspective on life and to be more hard and unflinching and stuff like that. So I don't necessarily disagree with the take, but I don't know if it's the right call at this moment in time. We have lots of stoic characters and stuff like that. Ahsoka was never one of those characters. We have the relationship she has with Sabine as a master and apprentice relationship. Again, not something that I'm 100% on board with. I like the idea of her taking Sabine under her wing and training her to be, just a better version of herself. I don't necessarily think Sabine needs to be a Jedi. Her being a Mandalorian to me is good enough, and heck, being a Mandalorian that wields a lightsaber, that's good enough to me too. Jedi aren't the only ones that get to wield lightsabers. I don't agree with this ability of her to be able to use the Force. I don't want her to have all of a sudden have godlike Force powers. If she can harness bits of the Force to do small things like perception, like perceiving where an attack's going to come for, like spidey senses, like it's like I got a bad feeling about this, right? I think kind of like the character of Chirrut Imwe, I'm probably not pronouncing that right either, from Rogue One, to have that kind of, it's almost like the luck of the Force, like you can't use the Force or control it, but you can kind of use the Force. The Force makes you lucky. Your belief in the Force makes you lucky, or gives you a little bit of luck. I kind of like the idea that she could train herself to tap into that. That I wouldn't have a problem with. Full Force using, being able to like grow as powerful as like Luke or Darth Vader. No, I don't think that is something that I want to see personally. We have the relationship and the closeness she feels to Ezra in the show, and how she wants him back. I personally think I wanted them to have a romantic relationship, I think, from the beginning of Rebels, but it's an animated series, so it's being portrayed as this relationship of like a family member, like a brother and a sister, but I don't know. It feels like it might be more like it feels like she's going a little bit too far for a family member and stuff like that. But maybe that's just differences on family and stuff like that. But I wonder if they're going to make it into a romantic relationship, seeing as that we have now it in live action. I did like her hair long. I didn't mind that she cut it, but I feel like she cut it too short. The boy cut is just not like if you look at her hair from the animated series, it was longer. It was kind of like it wasn't super as long as she had it in the beginning, but like the boy cut, I feel like takes away from the character, and it's something they do a lot of times. Like, you gotta cut your hair short like a boy, and it's like no you don't. You be you. Like, it's right here. You see right here, it's bangs up to her eyes and down the back. It's just it feels kind of silly. But that's the way they decided to go. We have this story of them kind of racing against time to get to the map, or get the map back. We have the Inquisitor's character of Marok, who I was very disappointed was not Starkiller. I loved the rumors. Credit to Star Wars Theory and other channels like Den of Nerds that I watch, and I really was hoping it was Starkiller, because I think Sam Witwer deserves his shot in the limelight of a Star Wars live action. I believe, I know he's the voice of Maul, but I mean, he's the voice of Maul, and Maul's already dead. We already know that, right? So I mean, maybe he'll be alive again. I don't know. But anyways, I think that I definitely believe that Maul needs to be, or Sam Witwer needs to have like his day to shine in live action. And a lot of people thought because of the credits that he was the voice of Marok. I don't know if that's been confirmed or denied, but we did see Marok as just like a Night Sister, zombie or some kind of thing like that. And that was disappointing because I was really hoping it was Starkiller, because I thought that would have been a great twist. Just really intense storytelling. I know Starkiller is kind of an OP character, but there is ways you could potentially, lessen him. You could have something happen in which his connection with the Force is weakened, so that he is at a place where he's still powerful, but not like I can bring down a Star Destroyer powerful. So there's that. That would have been really cool. But unfortunately, I feel like that's a wasted opportunity. I'm really enjoying Sabine's performance. I think she's probably the most well-rounded character. Chopper's great. It was cool. Like I said, I don't mind Hera, but I'm not. Like I said, the jury's still out on her. Balin, really great. Morgan Elsbeth, really great. I felt like her character is really cool too. And again, on Ahsoka, I'm still out on the stoicness, but I really do like Rosario Dawson in this role. I think she does a great job. Hu Yang, the robot, the Jedi Temple robot, is really awesome. David Tennant, the Doctor, just always delivers, so that's really cool, having him voice that character. But from the first 4 episodes, we end off with her meeting Anakin in the World Between Worlds. We're not sure what's happening. If he doesn't look like he's a Force ghost, how is he there? How is he alive? We had the Darth Vader theme at the very end when it fades to black, so we're not even sure if it's him or if it's if it's something dark and foreboding. So we're gonna see that come episode 5. So we're gonna get into the second half and see what happens, and we're gonna see Thrawn and maybe Ezra. We'll see what happens. So so far, I've really enjoyed. I enjoyed episode 1, a bit of adventurous. Episode 2 was all right too. A little bit. Well, it was decent length, and some decent action sequences and some flight sequences. Episode 3, the Jedi training sequence that kind of brings you back to A New Hope is kind of cool. I know a lot of people had an issue with that. I personally didn't. And then the combat was really cool. Ahsoka getting out on the wing and fighting on the wing, that was a little bit much. But I mean, I can see, like, you get it. I can understand, like, everyone's like, why didn't they just shoot the ship? I'm like, I can understand, like, you're an emotional person who uses anger as your main drive, and then this Jedi gets out on the wing like, I'm going to stop you, and you go, what the heck? I'm going to kill this person, and you kind of focus in, linear focus on that person, because you're like, how dare they, assume that I can't kill them if they get out of the wing of my ship. It was a little goofy, but I can see how you can make a point to saying, like, she was drawing their attention. She was kind of mocking them, taunting them, like a bull and stuff like that, the bull in the red. So I can kind of make a case for that, but it was a little goofy. And then episode 4 with the fight scenes was really, really good. Really nice lightsaber duels, really good. And just the twists at the end were well-deserved and really well played out. So I really am enjoying the show. I don't think it's great. I think it's pretty good. It's above good. It's pretty good. I wouldn't call it on the level of great, but I'm hoping that they get there. And, like I said, once you get to that point of the great moment, like Mandalorian Season 2, the end of it, it kind of makes everything before it more worthwhile and better in comparison. Kind of like how I enjoyed Episode 7, but 8 and 9 makes that enjoyment sour just because of how bad it was. In my personal opinion, but you can have your own opinions. If you liked it, I'm really glad you did. I mean, I enjoyed watching the movies in theater, but I just didn't overly enjoy the whole experience as a whole, because when I thought about it and when I thought about what I learned, I felt it was a lot of cheap payoffs, a lot of unearned gains, and I just didn't like how the story flushed itself out at the end. But you know what? that's all the time I think we have for this review. I hope you guys enjoy this. You know, tell me what you guys think. Are you enjoying Ahsoka? Are you going to wait to watch it until it all comes out? Do you enjoy these type of videos, talking about the show and just flushing out some of the issues and examining some of the things that are happening? But looks like that's all the time we have for this video. Thank you very much for tuning in, and we hope to see you in the next video. And as always, have a wonderful day, and that's all for now, folks.